I'm also stealing this crit for a TO. To get 3 of you out of here ASAP. Get destroyed. Makasete. Yeah, Stone Spike works. This music reminds me of a Mega Man Zero game right here. That one part especially. Axel Rush here, and then I'm just gonna do a Tiger Charge because I feel like it. And I think the triple burst will be a good thing here. Actually, I'm gonna Holy Bullet. Yeah. Like you see my enemy turns. This is one defenseless bug here. Defenseless mosquito type enemy. Almost level 11. Attack +2! I put a joke about law enforcement here, but it'd be a bit of a cop-out. The attack 2 is probably... Oh, you don't have a second slot yet. I probably just replaced the attack 1 with the attack 2. You already have your attack 1. So, like, for now, we just hold on to our attack 1. Until we do more slot stuff. We've been doing a lot of battles, so we probably have a lot of Sepet to mess with. For slots and quartz and stuff. We could really start getting into, like, more ordnance. Why is the game not opening the chest? I want to open the chest. Come on now. Okay. Another 2 battle chain. Behold the Crimson Gale. I love the slowdown effect of the HP bar when you use Crimson Gale. It's really cool. Ellie, you should get everyone's CP up. Die. Stun. Sunflowers are back. They're using Bullet Seed. I've been countered? Oh no? That's actually not the one I meant to hit, but whatever. And another beam or ether buster. I can push you a little bit towards that one. I might be able to do this. Yeah. Correct. Good plays by me. We also got level 11. Alright, my chest now. EP charge again. After that string of chest thefts in Liberal, you would think they'd have some locks installed. Gotta get on that. Although please don't, I like looting treasure. I like grabbing, I like stealing stuff. Armorica Village, we finally made it. Ellie, Tio, how you holding up? I'm doing fine, that break really helped. I am also alive by some miracle. I must admit though, this village is quite beautiful. And nice and peaceful. Looks like a Trails in the Sky village. In the case that there were a lot of peaceful villages in that game. Armorica Village. A rural village surrounded by fields of blooming flowers. It's absolutely breathtaking. And there's an irresistibly sweet smell in the air. Is that honey? Yeah, I can smell it too. Looks like there's an apiary over that way. According to the database, the honey from Armorica Village is one of the area's specialties. Due to its quality, the demand for Armorican honey is quite high, so it's exported all across Zemeria. Yeah, I believe it. I'd always see it being sold in grocery stores and markets. This is where it comes from? That's right. Quite a different feeling experiencing something firsthand rather than simply reading about it in books. Ellie, is everything okay? Ah, don't mind me. More importantly, at a glance, the village seems so tranquil. It's almost hard to believe recently fell victim to a monster attack. I know what you mean. Looking around, all I see is a carefree, happy village. Well, based on the CGF's report, they first spoke to the village chief for details on the incident. Okay, let's do the same. If anyone here is up to date on the situation, it'll be him. Where does he live, though? I suppose we'll need to ask around. Very nice place we have here. Magnificent views you can find here are, in my opinion, some of the best treats in Armorica. I'm getting sleepy. I wonder if anyone would notice if I snuck into the barn and took a quick nap. I don't know, just hope there are no, like, farm animals in there or something. The inn! Well, everyone leveled up already, but still would be worth my while. I don't want to exchange for Mira until I do Orbment stuff, because I always like I use a lot of my Sepith on Mira, and I always forget, like, oh, I need it for Orbments too. But I'd rather wait until we do Orbment stuff and then be like, yeah, let's get some Mira. It was a pleasure doing business with you. Thank you for your continued support. Man, what pink, purple, what purple hair you have. Yes, and same to you. You're probably an important character. Oh, are you sure that price is okay on your end? Every character with purple hair is like, you can count on them being relevant. Like, 90% of the time it's true. Like, a character with purple hair, like, why make a character with purple hair if you're not gonna, like, use them for any, like, relevancy? It's 20% more than what the other merchants paid. Well, you can just take that as a sign of how highly prized this village's specialty is. I assure you, I'll be making plenty of profit. There's no need to worry about me. Glad to hear it. Always a pleasure to work with you. Feel free to bring your wife and son here with you next time you visit. Your whole family is welcome in Armorica anytime. I think I'll do just that. Take care, Chief Tota. I'm sure I'll be back soon. Yes, until next time. Oh, pardon me. Alright, we're gonna play that game, huh? We're gonna play that game where we're not gonna know who you are right now? That man just now. He seemed to be a merchant. In any event, seems like we found the chief's house. And who might you all be? Pardon the intrusion. Are you the chief of this village, perhaps? Indeed I am. My name is Tota. Are you folks tourists? No, sir. We're here to investigate the recent monster attack in the village. Ah, yes, that whole issue. The folks over at the Guardian Force have stopped by a few times already. Unfortunately, they couldn't find any conclusive leads. However, I'm full of confidence that, now that all of you are on the job... This sudden optimism is familiar. Yep, same misunderstanding as usual. I'm past the point where it surprises me anymore. Sorry, sir. I should have been more clear. About what? Despite what you may be thinking, we aren't from the Bracer Guild. We're from the Crossbow Police Department, Special Support Section. I see. Looking at you, I would have never guessed you were with the police department. I apologize for the misunderstanding. The police rarely visit Armorica, so I can't say I was expecting this. On the other hand, we'd seen a number of bracers come through our gates, following Arios' example. You don't say. Man, how could that guy be so busy 24/7 and still have the time to pop in to check up on everyone? Anyway, Chief Tota, as we explained, we came here as part of our investigation into the monster attacks. If you don't mind, could we have you give us some details? Of course, let me think. Happened about 3 weeks ago, on the night of a new moon. A pack of monsters snuck into our village, laying waste to any crops they could find. Fruit, wheat, even our livestock was hit. Every household in the village was affected by it to some degree. And there were no eyewitnesses, correct? Yes, unlike the rowdy folk in the city, people here tend to go to sleep earlier. After all, we need to be up with the roosters for our farm work, so by that time of night, most of us were already fast asleep. It was when we woke up in the next morning that we found the paw prints and damaged the monsters that had left in their wake. I see. Is that how you were able to identify them as wolf-like monsters? That's right, the paw prints they left were unmistakable. Fortunately, the CGF just so happened to be patrolling by the village later that day. Once we informed them about the attack, they conducted a search of the perimeter just to be safe. Yet they didn't find a single trace of the monsters. Just as if it's written in the CGF's report. Indeed so. It's now been 3 weeks since then, and we haven't had another attack since. To be honest, I thought this was a one-time issue. Sorry to hear that other locations have been attacked as well. So are we. We were noticing on the way in that the whole village looks pretty peaceful for a place that got raided by monsters not that long ago. Weren't your losses pretty heavy? No, it isn't as bad as you think. While it's true that nearly every household was affected, the damage to each of them was relatively light. Really? I thought it was much worse. This is a merely rough estimate, but I'd wager the total loss was around 100,000 mira. Still, a loss is a loss. It was a stressful time for the village. Thankfully, we were able to strike a business deal that will help us recover. I'm happy to say that we've finally been able to break even from our losses now. A business deal? Was it with the guest that just left? That's right, he's a trader from the city. Over the past few years, we've maintained a healthy business relationship. After hearing about the damages, he increased his offers by a wide margin. Bless his soul. You don't see that kind of generosity too often in people. He sounds like a kind man. A trader, huh? That explains his fancy getup. Breads like that don't come cheap. Yeah, well, considering the shaped crossbow's in, these damages are the least of our worries. Chief Tolda? Sorry, could you explain? Oops, looks like I got caught up in the moment. My apologies, don't worry about all that nonsense. Hey now, Chief, you can't just leave us hanging like that. Drop a juicy tidbit like that in front of us, and of course we're gonna want to know more. Agreed. I don't appreciate being left in the dark. I suppose I understand what you mean. The ramblings of an old man may not be that interesting to young people like yourselves, but if you're so curious, I can explain. Yes, sir, please tell us everything you know. At this point, any information at all might be able to help our investigation. Well, if you insist. Have you heard of the Divine Wolves? Lucide, the Guardian from Wild Arms? Divine Wolves? As in wolves with divine power. Or the wolf from the opening that we're probably gonna see? I do not believe such a term exists in the database. Just as I thought. This legend must be long lost in the city. Shame, really. Yeah, or Wolfen in my chat? Wolfen's family? Sorry, but what exactly is a divine wolf? I don't think I've ever heard the term before. Divine wolves are an ancient species of beast that once resided in Crossbell. Stories describe them as wolves with fur as white as snow. You don't mean... These divine wolves be the culprits behind the Armorica's village damage? There's no evidence for it, of course, but personally, I wouldn't be surprised if they were. You see, the old legends mention that these divine wolves are not ordinary creatures, but holy beasts sent by Adios herself. Long ago, this land of Crossbell was a place rife with conflict and drenched in blood. As the divine wolves watched the foolishness of man play out before them, they would occasionally help the weak or injured. At least that's how the legend goes. I can't believe I'd never heard this before. Something about this sounds familiar. Yeah, I think I read a fairy tale about a white wolf when I was a little kid. If I remember right, they had a book like that at the library. Yes, I have no doubt the legend of the Divine Wolves serves as the basis for that particular fairy tale. I'm sure you're all aware Crossbell's undergone drastic changes in the past few decades. Once it became the center of trade in Zemuria, being influenced by both the Empire and Republic, Crossbell began to forget its own past. And with that, the Divine Wolves slowly vanished. Sounds like they just got fed up with our bullcrap. Can't say I blame them. Those are my thoughts exactly. But it's hard to say for certain what the Divine Wolves' true intentions are. If they've returned after all this time, I can only imagine they would be to warn us of things to come. Why would you think that? It may be out of my place to say, but I feel that Crossbow City's been developing too rapidly and too aggressively. Last time I took the bus down to visit, all those changes left my jaw on the floor. It's as if people are so caught up living in the moment, they no longer have the time to remember the past. That's how I see it anyway. I don't know what to say. Though DR wasn't intended to lambaste you poor kids with a sermon. I just think it's possible this attack might have been a warning from the returning Divine Wolves. It's just one way of interpreting things, I suppose. It looks to me like you all took the story a bit too seriously. Please ignore me. Those were nothing more than the ramblings of an old man who doesn't know when to stop talking. Ah, like the FF10 storyteller. Oh, stream was down for a little bit. Oh yeah, how about that? Stream did go down. Stupid, unreliable internet connection. Oh no, sir, not at all. That was very valuable information. I think we may even be able to tackle this case from a new angle now. I guess it was worth it then. Well, back to the subject at hand. You came here to conduct an investigation, right? Is there anything else I could do to assist you? Yes, actually. Maybe we have your permission to ask the villagers about the incident. As long as it's you four, that shouldn't be a problem. It's about noon too. Perfect. Most people should be getting back from the farm work right about this time.